Please welcome Senior Director, Developer Marketing, Salesforce, Jillian Bruce.
Hello, hello, everybody. Happy TDX, everyone. How we feeling? Yeah? Okay, I'm sorry. That's definitely not good enough for me. You know me well enough to know that that's not going to cut it. How are we doing, everybody? There we go. All right, well, I am thrilled to be here. This is the TDX Hackathon Showdown, which is the first time we're ever doing it in a keynote room, which I think is pretty exciting, because this is a chance to celebrate you, all of the builders who have been doing amazing things with our technology. And we get to award some money today, guys. This is super exciting. So thank you all so much for being here in person. Come on in. There's plenty of room, plenty of seats. Thank you for tuning in online. And thank you to all of our judges. You know, to run a virtual hackathon, it takes a lot of experts. We had a ton of volunteers within Salesforce, all different parts of the platform, subject matter experts looking at all the projects that were submitted, spending a lot of time. And they had fun. They'd love to see all of the amazing creativity that you all brought to the table. So huge thank you to our amazing judges all over the world. Let's give them a hand. And of course, thank you to our amazing hackers. We had incredible participation. We had over 300 hackers participate in this specific hackathon, and we had over 90 projects. That is a lot. Go ahead and give everybody a hand. You have clappies, but there's no excuse for giving people hands. You can give them clappies too. That's okay. All right, so we have a lot of innovation to celebrate, but we are here to award a grand prize. I don't know if y'all heard, but we have $50,000 on the line right now. Yep, but it's not gonna come easy, because our 3 finalists of this amazing hackathon are gonna come right here on stage, and they're each going to pitch their projects to all of you and to our to-be-named invisible judges right now. I'll introduce you to them in a minute. They have 5 minutes to present their project to you. They are then going to get 3 questions from our panel of expert judges. And the winner, after all of that work and all the tabulation, is going to get $50,000. It's a lot of money. All right, so now let me introduce our amazing judges. John Kucera, come on up here, Chief Product Officer at Agentforce. Everyone please welcome John. Now, I've been in the ecosystem a long time. I think John might equal me in how long I've been in the ecosystem. I remember, our first project, we end-of-life support for Google AdWords and Salesforce in like 2013 or something.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, there we go, see? So he knows a little something about the platform. All right, our next judge really doesn't need any introduction. I think they've spent more time on this stage than anybody else in this entire ecosystem. It is the one and only Leah McGowan-Hare. Come on up here, Leah. Fun fact about Leah, I think she taught me my first Admin 201 course back in like 2011, probably.
Yes.
So again, some good expertise here on the panel. All right. Now, our last judge does not work at Salesforce, but has been in the ecosystem also for a very long time, a very amazing subject matter expert, is a Hall of Fame MVP, and is the most recent winner of our Dreamforce Hackathon just a few months ago. Everyone, please welcome up Ohad.
Hey.
Now, Ohad, you just won this not too long ago, a hackathon. Stakes are high. We didn't make you do this, did we? It was a little smaller.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. All right, so we have our amazing product. We have our amazing hackathon judges up here. It's time to talk about what we're looking for. And as we're talking, before I do that, forgot, there's one more judge we haven't even talked about. We have an audience favorite award that we're going to give out tonight, and that is a bragging rights award for everybody who's here in the room. Scan the QR code. You're going to get a survey that you're going to be able to vote for an audience fan favorite. So after you see your the 3 pitches that come up here, you are going to be able to say, hey, I like this one the most, and then we'll celebrate that one. Okay, now, what are we looking for? We're looking for 4 categories of criteria here. Judges, pay attention. All right, the first one is creativity. Does it use elements of the platform in a different way? Does it reimagine how work gets done or a process gets done? Next, real-world relevance. Does it actually solve a challenge in the real world? Next, capabilities and platform usage. Are you pushing the limits? Are you doing new and interesting things with our platform? Are you utilizing specific features in new ways, putting things together? And then finally, it's a stage. It's a hackathon. Delivery matters. So the pressure's on participants, your contestants, award finalists. I think finalists is the word we're going to win. Pressure's on, but you're going to do great. So we're looking for these 4 things as our finalists come up here on stage. Okay. So, we all ready? We all ready to see who's going to be able to compete for the $50,000 grand prize? Yeah? Okay. All right. We are going to welcome up our first contestant here. I'm not going to stop using contestant. These are our finalists. All right. Gigi Chan is amazing. Everyone give Gigi a round of applause. Thank you. Fun fact about Gigi, she's also one of our amazing Slack advocates. We're going to back up a little bit here. One of our amazing Slack community leaders and advocates, and you presented, twice already about Slack? Shameless plug. All right, Gigi, are you ready to give your pitch in 5 minutes?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, well, let's hit play on that video, and I'll let you take it away.
So my project is called Care Route. The goal is to connect patients to the care that they need. And I used to be a physical therapist before I went into tech, and I saw firsthand how referrals can take a long time to get patients to their first appointment. And sometimes they don't even go for follow-up because they lack the social support or they don't speak the language. And hopefully this project will be changing that. So I'll be using Document AI, Data 360, Agentforce, and Slack to work together to create a seamless experience for the coordinators. So this is how the journey goes. Document AI will extract information from the PDF to create a referral record, and Agentforce will process the coordination. And we're using Data 360 to ingest information from the electronic health record system and match the patient to send information back to Salesforce. So here's a referral. This can come from an e-fax system because healthcare actually uses fax a lot. And we can ingest that and create a PDF file. And for the purpose of the demo, I uploaded it in Slack in the channel. So that could be one way where referrals can come in as well. So I'm calling the Slack API to grab the PDF file and to send it to Document AI to parse the information. Now, Agentforce is using that referral record and creating a Salesforce channel. And the Salesforce channel is the place where the coordinator can do most of their work. So here you can see that a channel has been created, and the coordinator agent notify the coordinator. And here's the referral record. And as an extra layer of verification, I actually use Slackbot to read the PDF file to compare field by field with the referral record, making sure that everything is parsed correctly. And it looks like everything is right, and we can now match the patient with a therapist. Now, we can use Agentforce for that as well. Agentforce is matching the patient based on the skill, the type of therapy they need, and the proximity, and also the language they speak. And again, I'm using Slackbot as an extra layer of verification to make sure that this is a good match. And Slackbot actually intelligently pulls the therapist information and also the referral information to make sure that this is a great match for this patient. And it looks like this is a good match. And now we're using Agentforce to create the first appointment. And the agent actually goes into Salesforce to find the next available appointment slot and book it for that therapist. And not just that, but the agent actually sends an email in the patient's first language so that none of the context will get lost. And also shows it in English so that the coordinator can understand what's being sent to the patient. And then we can go into the Salesforce channel again to go to record and make sure the email was sent. Now, the patient attended their first appointment, and the information is in the electronic health record system in clinical notes. I was using Data 360 as a way to pull the information from it, and to match the patient with the Salesforce referral patient, I use identity resolution. So using that, I can identify information like if the patient has language barrier or they don't have transportation to get to their follow-up. And this can surface risk for being lost to follow-up. And unfortunately, this usually gets buried in clinical notes, and people can't really figure out who doesn't show up to their next appointment. But now we can alert the coordinator that this patient might be at a risk of being lost to follow-up. And then we can ask the Agentforce agent to follow up with the patient again. in their preferred language so that we can find out if they need social support or they need transportation. Now, this is how I built the project. I used Slack API to pull the PDF file and send it to Document AI to read the referral and parse the information. And then I use Agent Script to create the agent. It has topics to draft and create email and manage loss to follow-up risk and also coordinate the first appointment and therapist matching. And then I also use Data 360. This is a data model that was used for identity resolution. I was matching patients based on demographic information, like their address, phone number, name, and data transform was used to pull the latest clinical information so that this gets flowed back into Salesforce. So the coordinator gets the information, and now that's how I use Document AI, Agentforce, and Slack working seamlessly together. And the whole demo was actually done inside of Slack. This way, the coordinator doesn't have to context switch between different applications. And Slack can be the agentic operating system for work. And thank you for listening.
That was great.
Thank you.
All right, scoot on back. Scoot on back. Amazing job, Gigi. Really, really well done. Love all that Slack. All right, but now you're in the hot seat. We're going to get some questions from our judges here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Leah. Leah, what kind of
I
questions
was all
do
like,
you have?
safe
I'm
in the
thinking I'm
middle.
being cushioned between the middle. First of all, thank you. That was pretty amazing. Give it up. That was, what I liked is, there was a strong concept of reimagining a very manual process into a well-orchestrated end-to-end from fax, referral and scheduling. So there was a lot of creativity around that. I found that the real-world relevance, that's extremely alignment to a real-world problem. So it wasn't like some made-up problem. This is a real-world problem. And the impact is huge, because if we can get people to follow through on their health, we all know our health is our wealth. So you're making people more wealthy. You didn't even know that. You're welcome. And the use of the platform, I mean, you've got Document AI, Data 360, Agentforce, and Slack. So really leveraging a lot of the great capabilities of the platform. And I thought that was really good. I think my question is, after this, what's your next feature? What is it that you didn't get in the first version that you would like to see for the second?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So there's actually new features coming out for Slackbot that are very exciting. So one of them is orchestrating Agentforce agents. So that way we can ask Slackbot to do all these things, and they can call the right agent to do it. And there will be a better user experience because they don't have to context switch between using Slackbot and Agentforce.
Great.
Love that. All right, John, you look like you're ready to ask a question.
Oh, so my sister's also a physical therapist. This gives me great empathy for the journey that she goes through and others go through. If this is all wildly successful, what do you think the impact would be for patients and for the community of physical therapists and the patient coordinators?
Yeah, so the great thing is that patients will be able to get to their appointment faster because there's a window of opportunity when they attend the therapy where it's the most effective. And we want to be able to get patients to their appointment while they're within that window. So I think the impact will be huge.
Great.
That's great. All right, Ohad.
Like John, my wife who's watching this at home with Stella and Daniel, my kids, right now, she was an occupational therapist. So a lot of this really resonates with me as well. I love when people solve like real world problems with something like this and not just something imaginative like I did in the last hackathon. But my question to you is, you mentioned some of the Slackbot capabilities. There was a whole lot of things announced today in the keynote. Is there anything that you saw today that you're like, oh man, if I had that, I'd be able to do something really cool with this? And now I'm assuming you were at the keynote too.
Yeah. So I think one of the limitations when I look back on the solution is having the PDF going into document AI, because the file needs to live inside Salesforce, and we know that storage takes up a lot of space, and it might not be the best system to store files. So it'd be great if the files are actually inside AWS or other external file storage systems. And we can see actually Slackbot can read unstructured data. So Slackbot can actually read the PDF, and that can send back to Salesforce to create the referral. Then the PDF doesn't actually have to live inside Salesforce at all.
All right. Thank you.
Unlocking data. Everyone, big round of applause for Gigi. Well done. Well done. All right. Thank you, judges, for keeping it tight. We're going to keep ourselves on schedule here, and we are going to hear from our next finalist, Eleanor and Taryn. Come on up here. All right. I mean, look at this female representation in these finalists, everybody. This is kind of amazing.
Love it.
Also, sneaking preview, our third is also a female. All right. So, ladies, are we ready? We're ready to do this? Okay, I'm going to hit play.
Awesome.
All right, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Jillian. All right, so to kick it off, we'll start with our problem. Cities face constant challenges managing infrastructure, dealing with hundreds, maybe thousands of service requests every day, and often reacting to issues after they're reported. The City Pulse agent shifts this to a more proactive approach, predicting and resolving problems before they escalate. This solution enables faster response times and better resource allocation, which can lead to quicker resolutions, and a safer urban environment. City Pulse tracks infrastructure data, or tracks infrastructure requests, identifies trends, and recommends preventative actions, using integrated tools like Slack and Tableau to integrate seamlessly. With the help of City Pulse, this empowers cities to solve problems before they happen. Now to Eleanor for our demo.
Awesome. Thanks, Taryn. All right, so we've all been there. We're stuck in traffic, we're really frustrated, and we complain. So we're going to contact 311. We call 311, and we're greeted with Agentforce Voice. Agentforce Voice submits a case. Submits a case to our city operations Slack channel. Now I'm going to pivot to the city operations manager. I'm taking a look at this Tableau dashboards, and I see that Woodland Hills, there's a lot of activity. Right now, we're focused in LA, so I'm looking at all of this Tableau information, and I'm very overwhelmed as the operations manager. I see that about 28 assets are overdue. Assets in this example include streetlights as well as water lines. So I'm going to ask the City Pulse agent here, tell me a little more about those assets that are overdue for maintenance. So Agentforce is going to use, it's going to take a look through the data and leverage Tableau and answer with some really interesting information about the assets. So it has a great table here that looks at the asset ID, the asset name, et cetera. But I really want to dig into the data and really understand, okay, what is the problem going on in District 3? District 3 is where Woodland Hills is located. So I'm going to go back and ask Agentforce, why are the streetlights failing in District 3? Okay, and Agentforce is going to come back with really great insight here. 82% of the failures involve Model X streetlights, which looks like the last maintenance on those streetlights occurred approximately 5 years ago. So there's been some human oversight, and it looks like a lot of these streetlights are failing, causing a lot of issues. All right, so I need to dispatch someone. I need to get this issue resolved very quickly, and I need to dispatch the correct people. So I'm going to use Agentforce to identify some field service representatives who can help me actually fix those streetlights. Okay, Agentforce has come back, and it's telling me that Sarah Johnson and David Lee are the perfect match, and they'll help us fix the streetlight located at Main and 5th, which is causing the biggest issue here. They're 0.9 miles away, and it also provides the field service people with some really helpful information so that when they arrive at the scene, they're ready to go. It alerts the field dispatch in Slack so that Sarah and David are notified, and then I'm also able to share an insight here, directly in Slack with Sarah and David. All right, so there's that insight is shared. All of the data is transparent. They're seeing what I'm seeing. Finally, I need to close the loop. I need to alert my citizens. I'm going to use Agentforce Contact Center here. Agentforce is going to craft a text message, and it's going to send out this text message to local residents. And those local residents will now understand there's a street closure. Please avoid that area of the city. Taking a look at the back end here, we have quite a few topics that were leveraged. We also implemented our city infrastructure command center, which was that that Tableau dashboard that you saw. Some of the data objects that were involved in the solution. We have an Apex class, and then a few of the prompts that were used. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
Yes, everybody give it up for Eleanor and Taryn. Great job. Wonderful job fitting it in all the time. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
But I'm sure our judges have some questions for you. So, Ohad, this time I'm going to start with you.
All right. Well, first of all, really cool stuff. I live in a city too, so it's really nice to be able to think of these kind of solutions. But I'm curious, what was it like? One of the things that I like is that you actually kept some of the interaction inside Salesforce for the people that make sense, where they need to see Tableau. And for the field service, where Slack might make more sense for them to interact, they can see all that information, and it's really seamless between the two. I love that. I'm curious, what was the biggest challenge that you've found implementing this project on either side of this?
It was honestly very easy, just because it's obviously very easy to implement Agentforce, and super seamless to get the Tableau information in there. I would say the hardest part is just coming up with the data and just generating the data and making sure our data model matches what the storyline representative. But that was honestly, it was a very easy and seamless implementation, I would say.
So it's easy to build solutions
Easy.
on Salesforce.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
Right on messaging. I like that.
That's not going to affect the judges' scores. Just saying. All right, Leah, go for
All
it.
right. First of all, I didn't know there's a number you can call when you're stuck in traffic and you're mad to complain. 311? Oh, about to be on speed dial. So thank you for that. I love the concept. It really shifts from being reactive to being proactive in terms of the infrastructure management. I also like that you used it to not just for like an agent that answers questions, but drives to action. So you're going to action as well as answering questions. Real world concept there, yes, very strongly aligned with a real world problem. And my goodness, you also went across the swath of products in the platform. You have agents, you have field service, you have Tableau, DataFam being represented, Slack integration, and multiple agents. So there was a lot of thought and intention in this. So I'm going to ask the same thing that I asked of the other ones. What, if you had more time, would you have added on another feature? What's part of phase 2?
Yeah, I think a couple of things that we thought could be added to this solution is, in addition to tracking different traffic infrastructure issues, expanding it to all sorts of public sector services, so public transportation, utilities, sanitation, any departments that deal regularly with incoming issues and tracking of those issues and operational responses can really benefit from this solution. So just broadening the amount of things that are tracked here in this process. But in addition to that, also adding a full circle communication component.
I
so
like that part,
after the
yes.
field service technicians perform or go to the site and resolve the issue, they can confirm that the issue has been resolved, and the agent can trigger a notification to go out to all the same citizens who received the initial one, hey, there's a problem, avoid this area. Then this notification can say, the problem has been resolved.
I really like the closing of the loop too there.
Yep.
Yeah. This would be great if you guys got it into Hijack too, if you saw the movie with Idris.
Okay. looking at.
All right.
Let me give him a call afterward.
Yeah. Get on that, Leah. All right. John, your turn. What kind of questions you got?
Well, I love the inspiration. I, too, have been concerned about exploding streetlights. So that was fantastic. My kids would want to call this incessantly just to talk to the agent. I love the entire process. You're thinking about the citizen to the coordinator to the dispatcher and back, which I thought was great. Question for you is, if you think about the city officials who might be looking to implement this, what are some of the considerations they might have that you're trying to address with the solution?
Wow, tough one.
It's a tricky one. Gotta mix them up.
Yeah, that's John.
I think so. Maybe some of the considerations is the data, obviously, that they want to display on the dashboard was most relevant to them. What are the KPIs they're looking for? Really revolving around, okay, how do I make sure that my city is operating at the most efficient pace as possible? So that's really what I think they would be interested in.
Yeah. That's great.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Emily and Tara. Everybody give a round of applause.
Thank you.
Nice job. All right. Remember, we have our audience favorites still on the line. So if you've already pulled up that QR code, we're going to flash it again after our third finalist here. But keep that in mind. There's an audience favorite on the line. All right, judges, you ready for our final finalist?
Let's do it.
Ready.
Yeah? All right. Our final finalist, Arun Tatinilam. Come on up here. All right. You feeling ready? You already saw two. You ready now?
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, you ready to take them down?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right. Let's hit play.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Knowledgeforce, the self-learning intelligence agent. Every year, companies overpay billions in custom duties. And it's not because the rules are hidden. It's because the people who know the shortcuts, the tricks, the deadlines, the right forms, and the cheaper routes keep all this information in their heads. And when they leave, that knowledge is gone. So we built Knowledgeforce, an agent that knows what it doesn't know. So when the agent knows the answer, the customer gets it right away. And when the agent doesn't know the answer, the agent catches that and reaches out to the expert on Slack and learns from their expertise. And that answer is saved forever. Let me walk you through how this works and how I've built it in the Salesforce. Well, a customer asks a question, and the agent looks up for the data. If we have the data, as I mentioned, the customer gets the expert-level answer right away. Well, if it doesn't, a flow kicks in and creates the gap. And that gap gets assigned to an expert based on the region automatically, and the expert fills in what they know. And the next customer who has the exact same thing gets the full answer. All right, I would like to show the demo. Couple more seconds. So first, I'm going to ask something the system does already have the information for. Steel coils from South Korea. See what agent returned back. It's not just a list, it's the real stuff, the tariff rate, how much it costs, and when the quota runs down. And this is the kind of information that only with someone the trade years of experience would know off the top of their head. All right, now let's ask a question the system doesn't have the information for. Another couple more seconds. Awesome. Importing 100K worth electronics from China. And this time, the agent doesn't have the information, and it's honest about that, and it provides a general help to the customer, tells that our team is working on it. And here is Slack. The message went out on its own, the right channel, right expert. And you can see the exact question asked by the customer and who got assigned. In this case, it's James, who is the expert for this specific region, who handles China, Japan, Asia, and Pacific. And all the action required items that needs to be filled in, and there is a link to go fix it. And of course, experts can preview the Salesforce record right here inside the Slack. So the expert clicks through and opens the Salesforce knowledge gap record and resolves the gap with all the information that is needed. That includes required documents, certifications needed, any other special notes for this specific country based on the question asked by the customer. That's it. The knowledge is captured. All right, now let's go back and ask the same question, electronics from China. And this time, the agent responds with the exact answer, with the full answer that exactly added by the expert is right there. That includes all the insights, certifications needed, key details, and costs. Look how incredibly powerful Agentforce agent is, and that gap got filled once, it never needs to be filled again. And for leadership and team, we've built a trade intelligence dashboard on top of Tableau that provides all the metrics and information about the gaps by country, by product category, and which experts are handling what, all in one place. All right, so why does this need to be an agent? A knowledge base can't detect what's missing. A chatbot can't reason about its own gaps. A dashboard can't answer customers' question at 2 a.m. An agent, the Agentforce agent, does respond to all this and gets smarter every day. And the impact, thousands saved on every shipment, and knowledge gaps get resolved within hours, not weeks. And most importantly, when the employees leave or retires, that knowledge stays. This is Knowledgeforce. Every question either delivers value or creates it. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Very, very well done, Arundhati. Amazing job. All right. Let's get to the questions. John, I haven't started with you yet. I think we're going to start with you.
I love how all these demos are end-to-end. You're thinking through all the different pieces of it. How do you do the identification? How do you have the approvals? How do you do the validation for it? For knowledge, it can always be really tricky to identify what's there, what's not. Can you talk a little bit more to the inspiration that came behind this problem space? It sounds like you're in shipping, and I'd love to understand how you're thinking about that.
Well, I think, honestly, when I was looking for hackathon projects, the main thing that hit me was the tribal knowledge, that I think this isn't specifically for the trade complaints. I think it's across all the industries that whenever that like the important person would leave, the take away the knowledge. So that's how I came up with this idea. And regarding the knowledge gap, like how this agent detects, we're currently training this on a custom objects where it stores all the information for this specific countries. And then whenever the agent tries to retrieve the information from the specific country, if it doesn't have the information, it's going to be honest. It's not going to generate any hallucination and provide some sort of help until an expert fills in. So that's how we are detecting it. And currently, I've trained this based on the subject matter expertise. So we're going to tag that specific person.
That's great. Thank you.
I hope that answered your question.
All right, Ohad, we'll go to you.
I worked with a lot of customers who deal with imports, so I understand the complexities behind it. I love how you're using agent to collect the knowledge, and I love how you decided to say we want a human involved in this. My question is, humans are great at making the final decision. Have you considered using the agent to actually kind of kickstart the process where agents have access? All of this important information is mostly public information. Mm-hmm. Using the agent to actually kind of craft a base message and then have the human review for accuracy, apply the knowledge.
Okay, I just want to don't say that, but that's another roadmap that I have, just so that whenever we get this kind of questions, the agents itself can retrieve that information using the knowledge retrieval and then provide that insights for that specific expert, so it becomes so easier for them to just go through it and update it. So that's on one of that's on the list. Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Leah, go ahead. It's all you.
Yeah, I figured. Was there someone else to go?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I want to make sure I wasn't jumping the line. First of all, thank you so much. I really loved it's a highly compelling concept that rethinks how knowledge is captured, and it is totally the embodiment of continuous learning, like the agent getting smarter and smarter and smarter. That also scares me a little bit. So I have a couple questions here. One around, and I know I'm only allowed to do one, but whatever. What are they going to do, kick me off the stage? So what I'm thinking
I'll cut you off.
I know you will. What I'm thinking is, one, what's worse than missing knowledge is stale knowledge, right? How do you ensure that the knowledge articles or what you're reading is current? So that, because once you train that agent on it, it's hard to unscramble that egg. Or have you come across that where you're like, okay, that knowledge wasn't quite right. How do I get it out? How do I make sure I vet good knowledge?
Well, that's a tough question. However, I think I understand, even when I was working on this project, it made me feel like where exactly the workflow that I'm putting in to review this knowledge that expert is adding, and it's going, like live, and we don't have to train the agent again since agent is getting smarter every day. But I think moving forward, we could, as I mentioned, we could just leverage the workflows like an approval process before a person fills in the data, or maybe after, or like before that goes live.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you just want to make sure you get that in the concept of orchestration and watching them perform.
Are you going to enter bad data, Leah? Is this why you're asking?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure, I'm trying to not say the B word. Jeez, Jillian.
Awesome. All right, amazing job, Arundhati. Everybody give her a big round of applause.
Good job.
And big round of applause for all of our finalists coming up stage and presenting. That is not easy. Huge round of applause. Amazing team of ladies. And judges, I hate to say it, but we don't need you on stage anymore. You got to go tabulate your results. So thank you so much. Thank you, Ohad. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, John. Everybody, our judges, round of applause. Yeah, you can keep it. I haven't done my work. Go do your work, Leah. Go do your work. All right, now, one of the very special things that has kept me at this company for 16 years, I started when I was 12. I've been saying that for the last 10 years, is the fact that Salesforce really has a passion for giving back to the community, right? It's in our DNA as a culture. And for the first time in our hackathon, we have an element that we're bringing to life in something called Agentforce for Good. So to talk more about that, I want to hand it on over to our acting president and global vice president of AbilityForce, and in her day job, she's the director of marketing strategy and AI transformation. Her name is Alexandra Lakshmi Iyer, but we call her X. Take it away.
Thank you. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much, Jillian. And I'm really happy to be here for a quick visual description. I'm a middle-aged white woman, about 5'5". I am wearing a black dress and my Agent Blazer Legend vest. And I'm accompanied with my English cream golden retriever, Yuki. She's my partner and my service dog. For my EA job with AbilityForce, 3 years ago, AbilityForce put on a internal-only, accessibility-only hackathon, and it was very inspiring for me. AbilityForce, if you don't know about it, we are a employee business resource group that serves a community of people with disabilities and their allies, forming a really awesome community. So this hackathon 2 or 3 years ago has grown over the past couple of years. We're really excited that this year the developer team invited us to this hackathon as a category. Last year, we opened it up to partners and customers at Dreamforce. And all of this is truly possible because of the support and executive sponsorship that we have. We all know we have one big mission. AI is best when it's made with everybody in mind. So our goal is AI for all, technology that empowers everyone. And when I talk about executive sponsorship, I am talking about the trust, the leadership, and the support that we have had from our Chief Equality and Engagement Officer, Alexandra Siegel. Allie, this floor is yours.
We're gonna hug. Thank you so much, X. Can we give a round of applause to X? I am just so inspired by your leadership and the leadership of all 16 of our equality groups. I actually started my career at Salesforce as an equality group leader, and to see how much it's grown to 50,000 employees around the world and connected to all of you in the community is just really beautiful and beyond what I could have imagined. And I'm super excited to talk to you about our Agentforce for Good prize. This is really the brainchild of our employees, of the community, to show how we are living our values and that business can truly be a platform for change. And not to brag, but I do like to brag. This was the #1 category in the hackathon. Yes, clap for that. Amazing. Yes. So that really shows that we have an opportunity here to demonstrate AI as a force for good. And you can see the judging criteria here: responsible AI, social impact and ethics, and scalability of impact. And our commitment to our values doesn't stop here. we believe that we can democratize access to the opportunities, the skills, and information that AI brings through our platforms like Trailhead, which is why we're here this week. So next, I just want to give a big thank you to our 17 executive sponsors and champions. It is really unique to have a company where our senior leaders are so committed to our values and to an opportunity like Agentforce for Good, so thank you. And now, can I have a drum roll, please? We are really excited to announce our winner, which is Parth Savak. If you're here, please make your way to the stage. This one, yes? This was a really inspiring one because it is all about food insecurity and how can we take food waste and put food in the hands of those who need it the most. So I am so proud of you. Congratulations. And I'd love to just hear a little bit from you on what inspired this.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for this opportunity, and really the Agentforce for Good is the thing that we all should be really proud of. So I am really proud of this whole category. So here is the thing, I have been volunteering for past couple of years, and over the time it really hits me hard that this is the reality that we have a surplus food, hunger exists just down the street, and we have to do something. So now in the history of humanity, we have all the tools, innovations available, and if we don't do anything about this problem now, then when we shall basically, this is a wake-up call for me. So this is the kind of bridge that we try to build that really actually connect the needy people for food. At least the food is a thing that nobody should be bothered about how I will get my food, right? And nobody basically wants to. I cannot be a fool if my neighbor is doesn't have a food to eat. So that's how it all happened. And thank you, by the way, all these platforms and the tools, including Slack, Tableau, Agentic AI. This is our time that we need to do something about this problem and so many problems. So this is just the beginning. And then we need more volunteers to take care of a lot of people that needs to be taken care of.
I love that. I can't be full if my neighbor isn't full. Thank you so much and congratulations. We have a prize for you. Don't go anywhere. Congratulations. And thank you so much. You also win $15,000. So congratulations again. And we're going to take a quick photo, I believe. Over here. Okay, ready? Amazing. Thank you so much. Congratulations. All right, I'm handing it back.
Congratulations. Thank you so much, Allie. Thank you so much, X. Congratulations, Parth. All right, everybody. Now, everyone in the room, you all had a chance to vote for your audience favorite. And so this is bragging rights only. You get the glory of getting everyone's vote in the room. Audience, I guess we can get audience. We'll give audience favorite now. Audience favorite is Gigi Chan. Stand up and be recognized for audience favorite. You're very popular with this audience, so nice job. Okay, but we also have an amazing list of other winners. We had a lot of elements to this hackathon, a lot of different projects. So we have bonus prize winners and achievement winners that we want to recognize. So let's put the slide back up there. And if your name is on the slide, your project is on the slide, stand up where you are in your seat and be recognized. So achievement prize winners, we've got Purple 11 Project, Agentforce MSL Copilot, Relief Bridge, Vintelligence, Rebecca's project, Evan's project. Congratulations. Well done. And then we've got our bonus prize winners. These are very special. These are winners that really focus on flexing a specific part of our platform. So we have our best use of Tableau, City Pulse Agent. If you're in the room, stand up. That's you guys. Sorry, I was like, wait a second, hold on. We have best use of Data 360 for VA Benefits Processing Agent. If you're in the room, stand up and be recognized. Yay! Congratulations. And my favorite bonus prize, the best use of Slack, Admit Evaluation Agent. If you're in the room, stand up and be recognized. Yes, love it, congratulations. So congratulations to all of our participants, all of our award winners, our bonus prize winners, our audience favorite winner. But now, y'all, who's gonna win the $50,000? Is anyone interested? Anyone interested? All right, let's see who our grand finalist is to win our grand prize of $50,000. All right, we definitely need to bring drum roll for this one. You ready? All right, I'm opening the envelope. All right, the grand prize winner for our TDX Showdown Hackathon 2026 is City Pulse, Eleanor Taryn. Come on up here, ladies. Woo, everybody. Congratulations, Eleanor and her. Now, you gotta go find a bank that can cash that big of a check. I don't know. Congratulations to you both. Congratulations to all of our finalists, Gigi and Arundhati. Congratulations, well done. Congratulations to all of our participants. Huge thank you not only to our judges, our in-person judges and our virtual judges, but the hackathon team who pulled this together. It is no easy feat to pull together a hackathon, y'all. And a lot of them are sitting right here, so thank you so much to that team. Everyone have a great rest of your TDX. I hope tomorrow is as TDXcellent as today is.